I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody
For years, the bond between Taehyung and Jungkook, collectively known as Taekuk, has been one of the most talked about dynamics in the BTS fandom. From their earliest days as trainees to their rise as global superstars, the chemistry between these two has fascinated millions. Fans have analyzed every glance, every smile, and every subtle interaction shared between them, trying to uncover what lies beneath their undeniable connection. To many, Taekuk is more than a friendship. It's a story that unfolds in real time through music, laughter, and moments that feel too genuine to ignore. But now, something truly unexpected has happened, something that shifted the conversation entirely. Korean media, which often avoids delving into personal relationships, has finally acknowledged the depth and authenticity behind Taekuk's extraordinary bond. This wasn't a rumor whispered among fans, nor a theory spun from fan edits. It came from a credible entertainment outlet that has followed BTS's journey for years, making it all the more significant. The report described their relationship as deeply emotional, built on trust, and stronger than what most people could imagine. It was a rare moment of honesty from the press, shedding light on a connection that fans have cherished for nearly a decade. For armies who have loved and supported Taehyung and Jungkook through every stage of their careers, it felt like validation, like the world was finally catching up to what they had always known in their hearts. From the very beginning, Taehyung and Jungkook's relationship stood out. Even as teenagers, they shared an unspoken ease around each other that was both comforting and magnetic. Jungkook once mentioned that Taehyung was one of the first people who made him feel truly at home within the group, helping him break out of his shy shell. Taehyung, with his playful and open nature, seemed to draw Jungkook in effortlessly, creating a balance that just felt right. Fans remember how Jungkook used to quietly follow Taehyung around, mirroring his actions like a younger brother who both admired and relied on him. Taehyung, in turn, would tease Jungkook affectionately, knowing exactly how to make him smile. It wasn't forced, it was natural, pure, and undeniably special. Even when surrounded by crowds, their eyes seemed to seek each other out, as if the world faded whenever they were near. Through years of performances, interviews, and behind-the-scenes footage, their bond grew stronger. Whether it was the way Jungkook protected Taehyung during chaotic moments, or how Taehyung always made sure Jungkook was laughing, there was always a sense of quiet understanding between them. They didn't need to speak loudly or show off their closeness. It simply existed, and that silent connection became their signature. In recent months, armies began noticing something different about them. Their interactions had matured, less overt, more subtle, but still overflowing with warmth. There was a quiet depth in the way they looked at each other, a familiarity that could only come from years of shared memories. During BTS's reunion events and solo activities, fans caught glimpses of their old playfulness returning, shared smiles, inside jokes, and even matching accessories that reminded everyone of the early days. Then came the moment that changed everything. During a private interview segment, a Korean media outlet subtly hinted that Taehyung and Jungkook had remained inseparable despite career changes, proving that their bond transcends fame. That single line sent waves through social media, as if the entire fandom took a collective breath. It was a quiet acknowledgement that spoke louder than any rumor ever could. Within hours, hashtags like #TaekukConfirmed and #TheirLove is real began trending worldwide. Fans flooded platforms with edits, photos, and emotional posts celebrating what felt like a full-circle moment. For years, they had watched, believed, and hoped, and now the world seemed to finally understand the beauty they had always seen in Taekuk. The report went on to describe their relationship as one that surpasses typical friendship boundaries. It explained that Taehyung and Jungkook's connection had evolved through time and trials, becoming a safe space for both of them amid the noise of fame. They've gone through the highs and lows of stardom together, the article said, and have found comfort in each other's presence when the world felt too loud. It was a rare kind of acknowledgement, one that didn't sensationalize, but rather celebrated the emotional truth of their bond. For armies, it felt like someone had finally put into words what they had long felt, that Taehyung and Jungkook share something profound, rooted in loyalty, empathy, and trust. Those who've followed them for years can see it, their synchronized movements, their instinctive reactions, and the way they seem to mirror each other's emotions. When Jungkook looks at Taehyung, there's a softness in his eyes that only deep respect and affection can create. And when Taehyung glances at Jungkook, there's warmth, an unspoken fondness that radiates even without words. Fans still recall countless iconic moments. The time Jungkook shyly brushed Taehyung's hair during a fan meet, the day Taehyung called Jungkook "my person," and that unforgettable moment when Jungkook couldn't stop smiling during Taehyung's solo stage. Those weren't rehearsed or performed. They were glimpses into something real, caught in moments too spontaneous to fake. After the report, social media became a flood of emotion. Fans from every corner of the globe shared how much Taekuk's journey meant to them, how it inspired belief in love, connection, and loyalty. One fan tweeted, "They've always been each other's safe place. Seeing that finally recognized feels like witnessing a dream fulfilled." Another wrote, "It's not about labels. It's about love, respect, and soul-deep understanding. Taekuk has always shown that." Interestingly, neither Taehyung nor Jungkook addressed the news directly, yet their silence felt intentional, almost poetic. Instead, Taehyung posted a photo of a glowing sunset with a caption that read, "Some things don't need to be said to be understood." Fans immediately knew it was his quiet acknowledgement of everything left unspoken. Around the same time, Jungkook uploaded a short video of himself, humming a soft tune, the lyrics speaking about being understood by someone who sees your soul. It was tender, emotional, and to Taekuk fans, it felt like another piece of their story being gently told. Coincidence or not, the timing spoke volumes. Taekuk's bond has never been about spectacle. It has always been about quiet gestures, shared laughter, small comforts, and unspoken loyalty. They've grown up together, navigating fame and identity, yet they've somehow managed to preserve the same warmth that connected them as teenagers. Their story reminds fans that love doesn't need to be labeled or explained to be real. Sometimes it simply exists, silent, steadfast, and endlessly genuine. That's what makes their connection so extraordinary, and perhaps why the media acknowledgement felt so monumental. For armies, this moment wasn't about confirming a rumor, it was about celebrating a relationship that has inspired millions with its authenticity. Taekuk represents something bigger than definition. It's love in its purest form, the kind that endures through time and distance. Many fans describe their bond as a living proof that love can be gentle and infinite. And truly, Taekuk's connection continues to show the world that emotional honesty and loyalty can shine brighter than fame itself. Through every era, Taehyung and Jungkook have held on to something rare, each other. They've faced challenges, scrutiny, and endless speculation, yet their actions have always spoken louder than words. Their story is one of resilience, affection, and mutual care. And now that the Korean media has finally acknowledged what millions have felt for years, it feels like a chapter closing and a new one beginning. Taekuk's connection has transcended all expectations. It's timeless, unwavering, and profoundly human. In the end, the story of Taehyung and Jungkook isn't about proving or explaining. It's about understanding. They've walked through fame, chaos, and growth together, and somehow they've preserved the essence of who they are to each other. Their bond is not something fleeting. It evolves, deepens, and continues to inspire. Whether you call it friendship, destiny, or love, Taekuk's connection is something truly extraordinary. And now, the world finally sees what armies have always known. Their bond isn't just real, it's eternal.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, some losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip, you choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
That's it, the end of the song. Next time you'll sing along. Trust me, there's nothing wrong. I just need to carry on, cause society's a myth put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away from this and go get off the grid.